resigned or he gets checkmated with a promoted pawn. But no! He goes knight to c3 and blunders his queen completely because it loses to the move rook to g1, checking his king, and now he has to move his king. Or else, if he doesn't move his king, I will take it with a rook. So if he moves his king, now it opens up my queen, which opens up to the other queen, which is being undefended. Now we're up 6 points plus of material. Pawn to b3, which blunders another piece of material. If I take this knight, it's a check to the king and the rook, which is very nice for me because he literally needs to move the king or else he will be taken. The king will be taken, it's game over. And he needs to move the king and I will take the free rook. He didn't take the rook, he didn't take that. This is very epic checkmate. How much does this knight move? He moved it 1 time, and then he moved it 2 times, he moved it 3 times, he moved it 4 times. He literally moved 1 piece 4 times. Hello everybody and welcome to another special video. In this video, we're going to see the stupidityness of how an 800 can be this bad at chess. He literally exploded every one of his pieces until he resigned or he gets checkmated with a promoted pawn, which is insane. He literally self-destruct all of his pieces, not all of it, but most of it. But anyways, what are we waiting for? Let's get into the video. This starts with E3, which is, I don't know what that move does. It's getting popular. E3 is getting popular in my hands when I was playing some games after this game and before this game. I don't know why. But anyways, we got G4 and then we got E5. Just trying to control so much of the center here. I need to control the center to control more space, and if you control more space, maybe you can win the game. And we got bishop to B5, which checks me for no reason, which I can block with bishop to D7. He might just take my bishop. If he takes my bishop, I'm just gonna take it with the queen, and now my queen is active and on the go to attack everybody. We got pawn to d5, avoiding the pressure of the queen, although he doesn't have to because it's already defended by the d1 queen. So we got pawn to h6, knight f3, developing another piece, which is the knight. He's developing the knight so that he can move the knight in the future to more squares. We got bishop to e7, developing another piece and also pressuring that pawn on g5. Although he literally traded the pawn on h6, which he didn't really needed to do that because now my rook is going to get very active. Now he goes to knight to e5, attacking, just basically attacking everything with one knight. Although I can just avoid that by going queen to e6, which I did. And now my position is very active already that they're ready to attack and explode every one of his pieces. And he goes pawn to d4, supporting the knight, because if you don't, then I will eat the knight. Or you can just go back or escape with the knight. I go pawn to f6, he needs to move the knight. He goes knight to g4, but I can just move away with rook to g6. He attacks my rook, I'm just gonna go away. So he goes back knight to e5, which is insane because how much does this knight move? He moved it 1 time, and then he moved it 2 times, he moved it 3 times, he moved it 4 times. He literally moved 1 piece 4 times, and now for that reason, I literally made my pieces active so much. Okay, he goes queen to h5 for some reason, which attacks everything on me. But everything is defended. Although this is not kind of defended because of the fact it is defended by 1 piece and it's attacked by 2 pieces. But ignore that. We got queen to f7. Now he can take my pawn on e5. Now, at a couple moves later, I will literally take his queen. But here's how I did it. He can take my pawn on e5, which is being blundered, but no! He goes knight to c3 and blunders his queen completely because it loses to the move rook to g1, checking his king, and now he has to move his king. Or else, if he doesn't move his king, I will take it with a rook. So if he moves his king, now it opens up my queen, which opens up to the other queen, which is being undefended. So I took the blundered queen. By the way, I set this up just because to see if he's stupid or not stupid. Queen to f7 is such a nice move to set up work with a check and taking the queen, which is really nice. I check him, he takes my rook, I take his queen. Now we're up 6 points plus of material. Although my 2 pawns are kind of hanging at the center over here, although not this pawn because the fact my queen is defending it. He takes my pawn on g7, which is a blundered pawn, and I go knight to f6, which is a very good move because it develops another piece piece. Maybe I should have gone and defended everything first before I develop a knight. But developing a knight, I don't hate that move. He can just take my pawn. Sure, he can just take my pawn on e5. So what? I have plus points of material. Plus 5 points of material. We got knight to b5, which threatens a fork because if I do nothing, he will fork me. And I have to move my king and he will take my rook. So instead, I go knight to a6 and then try to defend that c7 pawn and not be forked. And we got pawn takes e5. I need to move my knight or take the pawn, which I did take the pawn, and he goes pawn to e4, which literally is what the heck is pawn to d4. I can just take it with a knight on f6, which maybe I did, but I didn't. What am I doing? Sure, I'm still attacking the knight. He needs to go away with the knight. So I'm going to take the pawn now, am I? Okay, thank God. Because now if he takes, I'm just gonna take with the queen with check and it's protected by the knight. But that didn't happen. We attacked the knight and then I took the pawn and then we got pawn to b3, which blunders another piece of material. And not just a piece of material over here. Not just a piece of material. If I take this knight, it's a check to the king and the rook, which is very nice for me because he literally needs to move the king or else he will be taken. The king will be taken, it's game over. And he needs to move the king and I will take the free rook. Now the bishop is pinned to the king. He cannot move the bishop. If he moves the bishop, I'm gonna take his king, which is game over for him. He goes king to d2. I take the free pawn. I take another free pawn and then he moves bishop to d2, protecting his bishop from all danger from my queen. I go rook to g6 and then he goes rook to g6 and then I go knight to d5 because the fact I want to check him. Literally that's my thought process of the game. If you want to see this game live, you can go on Twitch. I usually stream there 3 p.m. this time or maybe 7 p.m. I don't know. Every other day, I think. And we got king to e2, moving the king, and he checks me. But this literally blunders my own rook. If I move the king, he will take my rook. Anywhere else I move the king will be taken by the rook. I can move any of these 3 squares. My rook will be taken if I move to any of those 3 squares. So I block it with the bishop on f8. By the way, this bishop is a lifesaver. If I hadn't had that bishop there, then I would be lost. Which literally he can literally take my bishop first, although never mind. If he takes my bishop, I'm just gonna take his king. So we got this coverage, and we got pawn to f4, and then I take his free pawn. By the way, what the heck is pawn to f4? It blunders another pawn, which is, he literally self-destruct another pawn, which is, I don't know why. The way he did that, that's so cruel though. Why would you literally self-destruct your own pawn? We were going pawn to h4, and then queen to b3, and then over here on the next move, I took the pawn, which is an insane sacrifice, but it's not really insane at all. Since I have 9 plus 19 points of material, he can just take my queen, but I have 2 knights and bishop and rook, and he just have bishop and rook. So what? I'm still going to win with this many material. Am I right? Or maybe I'm such an idiot. Let's see if I'm an idiot or not. So we got rook to d8 and we got rook to h5 attacking my knight, and then I go escape from the danger of the rook by going knight to d8, and then he checks me for no reason again. So we got rook to e5 and then bishop to f4, and then we got bishop to g7 trying to attack the rook because I can attack the rook. He attacks my bishop. I go bishop to f6 trying to escape the danger while attacking the rook. He goes bishop to h6, which literally attacks my rook, and I escape from the danger of that. And I go knight to f5, and now we have a trade because of the fact he can have 1 rook. He has 1 rook left. This is great because I can trade the bishop. He can take my knight. Now he's up a rook, but I have up a rook and a knight and a bishop, which would win me or him. Don't forget that the fact I also have 4 pawns, which is, yeah, I'm going to win. Or maybe not. But let's see in the game. We got bishop to e7, and we got rook to g1, and then we got pawn to a5, and then let's skip on all of the games. He attacks my knight. I protected it with my pawn. He takes my free pawn. That's fine. I'm still winning. And he goes king to c3, attacking my knight. He goes king to b2, and then I push my pawns until I queen them, or maybe a checkmate soon. This is a really good checkmate because it's a queen checkmate. In a few couple of moves, I literally queen checkmate him, but not just a queen checkmate, a promoted pawn checkmate. So we got king to b2, and then I checked him, and I also even tried to blunder the rook for him, but he didn't take the rook, he didn't take that, he didn't take the rook. Instead, he goes there, which literally resulted into this very epic checkmate. This is one of the best checkmates I have ever had. So yeah, that's why I'm happy. By the way, not really the best because I literally blundered the rook before a few moves ago. But yeah, I think that's, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next video. And also don't forget, down in the links below, My Discord server is there, and also my Twitch channel is there. Twitch channel is where I live stream between 3 p.m. or 7 p.m. So yeah, that's where I usually stream. That's when I usually stream, not where I usually stream. But anyway, see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and like. Again, peace out.